Hi, it's Christian, founder at Caroto.com. We are the CCI leaders, and today I'm going to talk about the Zero to CCNA program. So pay close attention. Zero to CCNA.com, link in the description below, email address. You are going to get notifications. You are going to get updates. We are closing on 25th February 2023, so it's few days. We know it's a little bit more than 30 days from now when this video is recorded. So don't miss it. Leave your email, 0 to CCNA.com. Otherwise, you have to wait another 24 weeks. So let's jump into the details. So why I say job interview? Why I start from job interview? Because you see, you need to make a shift in your brain. You need to understand that you want to either find a job or you want to change your job. You want to get more than what you get now, what you have now. You want to change it. You want to improve. You have new options in front of you. And when you start from the job interview perspective, and you'll do that with me in the first lesson, and just this lesson, 1 hour, more or less, has more value than the full price of the program. Yes, because I will teach you how to get options, not a job, options. Because you need to understand you deserve more than a job. You deserve options. And you need to select the best offer, and you decide, this is the only decision you have to make, you decide the best option for you, and you go for it. And then I will tell you more during this process. So what you're going to do in the first week with me, you don't have to write your CV, you don't have to write your cover letter, because we ensure that you'll get it, but I will tell you more during the lesson. So it's something that you just need to think about, because I don't want you to write it, because otherwise you'll make the mistake everyone make all the time, and then you make the same mistake you send out the CV like all the others, and you get 1% of the answers. But you don't want to have that. You want to have at least 25, 30% of the answer, and I will teach you that during the first lesson. That's why you won't write that, because it's not your stuff. You are not able to do that. You are confused, and you believe you are a good CV writer. Well, you're not, and I will teach you why. And I will show you how easy it becomes when you understand that you are not a good CV writer, and the reasons why you are not a good CV writer. And you'll see how easy it is after, and how nicer your CV will become, and you can totally focus now on adding the skills. And people believe that they don't need all this stuff I'm talking about. They just need to get the CCNA. And people believe they just need to prepare the CCNA exam somehow, just to pass. And people believe they just go to Person View, they get their CCNA, and then they go to the market, and the market is there waiting for them. And then they send out this CV, but which is totally wrong, because it doesn't make any sense how it's written. They don't get basically any feedback from the market. And then that 1%, they reply to them, they say they don't have experience. And so they write down, getting the CCNA is useless because I don't have experience. But that's wrong. That's not true. This is not true. Now, if you have the patience to stay with me for, let's say, 35, 40 minutes, I will try to be generous, I will explain you why this is rubbish. Now, first of all, it's rubbish because this is the last part. It's not the first part. The first part is the job interview. You need to understand that the lesson 1 with us is job interview, it's a reality. So number 1 is you start with me, job interview lesson. And you may say, okay, but you are crazy because I don't have the CCNA. Why should I start preparing the job interview now? Well, because that's what you need to prepare. is not the CCNA exam, is the job interview. And that's where people are confused. So if you follow me and you start thinking about preparing the CCNA exam, you make the mistake I just told you now. You don't have solid foundations, you don't know anything about Cisco certifications, in particular you don't know anything about the real world. And when you go to the job interview, if they call you, because with the CV you have now, they shouldn't call you, but if they call you, because they are desperate, the reality is this, they will say to you, oh, sorry, you don't have experience, which means you don't know your stuff. When they tell you you don't have experience, they tell you this thing, two things. You don't have knowledge, you don't have know-how. You don't have knowledge, you don't have know-how, meaning you don't know what you're talking about and you don't know how to do it. Of course, if you don't know what you're talking about, how can you implement that? And if I appear brutal, well, you can say to me, well, but the truth is that, Christian, your website is bad and your presentation compared to all the others, they give me effects and entertainment of any kind, and they have people working like in TV and they show me so many fancy things. Yes, correct. But still, if they don't offer you the position, even if they are desperate, and they are, because they are, that's why the salary is so high, is because you don't have knowledge, you don't have know-how. If you are our students, of course, sorry, not for you. But if you are our students, you are here, I know that you are going to join. And if you are our students, you are here and you are going to join, I will waive for you, of course, the 24 weeks training. And you are going to pay only the entry setup fee. But now let me go back to the previous person I was talking to. If you are not our student yet, I'm talking to you. Because my students know me already and they laugh when I start like this. Because they know. Because you know what is the only problem our students experience. The only one. It's not that they say, you don't have experience. No. They say to them, okay, this is the job, you start, they start, and then they come to me, they say, I'm too busy. Please allow me a few months and then I will do the labs. And of course, I'm not happy when they tell me that, but I'm not angry because they already made half of the journey, half of the process, meaning they change the job, they are in a new position, they do something that they like, and they spend a lot of energy learning new stuff on a daily basis at work. And this is good. I'm still not happy. I tell them, if you are listening to me, I tell you, because you should also do in the labs. That's why this is for you if you're not doing the labs. And I will wait for you the 24 weeks training because you have it already. And I will give you for free also the job interview lesson at the beginning that you need it. But apart from that, you need to do the lab. But now let me go back to you. If you are not our student yet, you need to understand this concept. The CCNA exam is the last thing. I recommend to take it. I recommend to pass it. With us, you're going to pass it. It's the easiest part of the process. But the importance of that is extremely marginal, and I will explain you why now. So, first of all, when you start from the job interview point of view like we do, you'll realize that the interview is basically composed by two parts. One part will check your soft skills, one part will check your technical skills. And I will explain you everything about your soft skills, what you need to understand about the job interview in the first lesson of the program, so that you're done with that at the very beginning, and you start having your CV cover letter prepared. Not by yourself, because I tell you, you are not able to do it, but I will explain you how to do it in a professional way. Then when you see the result, you'll be shocked about what you had before. You need to compare two things. And then we are going to the technical part. And it's not a list of things that you think you know whilst you don't know. If you want to have feedback about it, is when they tell you, sorry, we don't give you the job, you don't have experience. No, you don't know these things. When they tell you you don't have experience, they should tell you, sorry, we don't give you the job because you don't know anything about IPv4, you don't know anything about subnetting, nothing about IPv6, no VLANs, no trunking, no VTP, no CDP, no LLDP. And if it's not enough, you don't know anything about security access control, access list, layer 2 security features. You don't know nothing. Because they ask you a question, they say, okay, talk to me about SDP. Okay, can you answer that? And when they say to you into the details, okay, also talk about more specifically about MST. Can you answer that? If you can, you're already our student, so again, I won't let you pay the 24 weeks, you just pay the entry setup fee. Also for you, 0to-ccna.com, leave the email, I know you're ready, and we'll talk before the 25th of February. But if you are not our student yet, well, probably you don't know it. And you know the reason why you don't know it? Because you didn't practice it. And you can complain, you can say, but now in the new CCNA certification exam, Cisco doesn't ask me to practice anymore, and that's true. They don't ask you, it's not a requirement. And if you ask me if I believe that this is a good or wrong decision, you'll see that basically all the people they make entertainment, they say it's a wrong decision, I say it's a good decision. I'm the only one. And why I believe it's a good decision? Because you need to arrive to CCIE. Your goal should be CCIE already. But this doesn't mean that you don't know how to do it. So what I mean is the fact that Cisco decides to remove all the practical from CCNA, CCNP NRC, CCNP Anchor, removes everything, and with the message, just become CCIE, doesn't mean that if you want a CCNA or CCNP job, you don't know anything about the labs. You need to know. You got to know. You got to know. And that's what we are going to do in these 24 weeks. This is what you need. You don't need a website. The website, you just need to leave your email address and check the countdown. That's the only thing you need. You don't need fancy website. And they told me, oh, so nice website, so much entertainment, I can play. What you play? We are not babies anymore. We are not children. We don't have to play. The only thing you want to play with is this, the configuration. And we are going to give you the configuration every week. So how it works? Let's see. Say, for example, subnetting. Do you believe there are people that still don't know how to do subnetting? I talk to them every day. So what you have to do? You need to learn how to do subnetting. How? Practice. 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 If you know how to practice, you practice with us. Because one of the first lessons, if not the first, will be subnetting. Which means it's Monday, you start watching our video, you follow our 0 to CCNA training we are going to deliver to you. And after the first lesson, which is a job interview, because you start from there, when everything is clear and you have already the templates of your CV ready to be written, not by yourself, we will explain you later how during the training, then you start from the technical, one of the first, if not the first, subnetting. So you have like 5-6 days to prepare it from a theory point of view. Not entertainment, is exactly the information you need to do subnetting. But then the magic happens. Sunday arrives, when it's about, I don't give you the time now, it's not still fully defined, but just to give you a number, say 10 a.m. Pacific time, or so 2 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to tell you exactly the date. Sunday, you are going to join the Zoom session with Arpit. And guess what happened there? Yes, subnetting. And subnetting will be done by Arpit. So you can see him live, in action, subnetting. But you are expecting that. You know it. And now you start feeling, that's why you did first the job interview training with me, because now you start feeling in that environment. It's job interview based. You are there, you are on the action. But still it's not enough, because you are there, you see him doing it, and at the end, you have the final version of the lab for you to practice, delivered to you at the end of the Zoom session. And still you have part of the time left for your questions, and you get the answers. You can ask questions live, so you have a doubt. That's the moment. Interaction. Remember? Action, interaction, success. Action, interaction, success. So now you start taking the CV. You didn't write anything because you are not able. I will explain you how to do it. Not me, because I'm not a CV writer, but I will explain you how to do it, and you won't write it. The only thing you have to do, you have to add this word into your skills. Subnetting. That's it. Time required, 1 second or 2 seconds. Done. Because you know it now. You study for a week, you join the Zoom session, the mastermind, you saw Arpit doing it, you receive the lab, you practice it, you ask your question, you got your answer, you have the recording of the lesson, you can subnet, you can do the subnetting all day now. You know it. Write it down. Skills, subnetting. Good. Second week. Now it's time to prepare the next one. It's Tuesday, and you know that Sunday you have an appointment. So what's on the menu? VLANs. Good. Very good. I'm not giving you the exact order now. You'll receive it into the Zero to CCNA training, and you'll follow the structure. Now you have 4 or 5 days to prepare VLANs. You need 1 day, but we give you 4 or 5 days. You don't have excuses. Now, Saturday is approaching, okay? Last review, Sunday. Guess what happened? Oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? Yes, that's right, VLANs. Hello. Good morning, everyone. You see the other students, you see Arpit, you see the presentation of VLANs, you know it already, but you see it again, live this time, in a different way, accelerated, because you know already the details. Now it's accelerated just before the configuration, and then, yes, terminal, configuration, VLANs, let's start. You see everything, you understand everything, and now, question answer, very good, you receive your lab, you practice on your computer, you still have 1 or 2 days, all Sunday, all Monday, you can practice as many times as you want, you can keep it, it's yours. And now, guess what? It's time to prepare the next lesson. What's in the menu? Trunking. Zero to CCNA training, videos trunking. Okay, check trunking. Now, Saturday is approaching. Okay, Sunday I have an appointment. Guess what? Trunking. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You arrive, you practice all this stuff. RIP, EHGRP, USPF version 2, SPF version 2, DRBDR, BGP. Overlay, GRE, IPsec, SD-WAN, SDA, NAT, NTP, DHCP, SSH, SDN. I mean, everything you need to know at CCNA level. You don't need to know everything about these things. You just need to know the basic stuff, and you need to know how to configure these things at a basic level. That's exactly what we give you here in Zero to CCNA. Zero2ccna.com, leave your email address. On 25th of February, we close the applications. So if you want to join this, and I highly recommend, because this is a game changer, your email address now, zero2ccna.com. This changes completely the game. So now, you are going to do this process for 24 weeks, so it's 24 hours, or if you want to be really, really honest, let's consider 2 hours every single session, every single mastermind. So 48 hours. In 48 hours, you do all the labs. Because it's 2 hours every weekend, on a Sunday or a Saturday, you'll get the time, you'll define the time with the trainer, because there is a huge amount of interaction. Action plus interaction equals success. And 2023 is the year of action. And now, at the end of this process, at the end of the 24 weeks, you just need to do one thing. If you don't have it yet, get the CCNA certification. This is the easiest thing. You see what I'm talking about now? That you know all your stuff, that you practice all your stuff, your CV is ready, I highly recommend to say, okay, I take the CCNA certification, I invest my $250 or $300 there, and I take my certification, and the only thing you have to do when you get your certification is you need to create a new file, here, your certification, in PDF. You download, you have your certification. So now you have your CV ready with all this stuff, because you know you practice everything. You have your cover letter ready with all these things. I will give you the details into the first lesson with me, job interview lesson, and you attach your CCNA. That's it. And now you send out your applications. In a way, I tell you in the last lesson. Yes, because in the last lesson, I will explain you how to apply. This is the last lesson. You have 2 lessons basically with me. You have job interview lesson at the beginning, then 24 weeks technical, where you prepare your CV. You arrive at the last lesson, your CV is ready, your cover letter is ready, your CCNA, you get it at the end of the process, and now you still have my lesson, last one, my second lesson, another 1 hour with me. How to apply. And if you believe, but I don't need it anymore, well, first of all, now, for the first time in your life, you created an environment where you have the action done. So you know your stuff. Now, I will explain you how to apply. Why? Because you'll be shocked. If before you send out like 10 applications and no one answered, you send out 100 applications and you got one answer because they are desperate and they told you, no, sorry, we need experience. Now that you have all these things done with us, we are going to send out 1,000 applications, and you need to get at least 10% of responses, 100 responses. And on 100 responses, I want to see at least 10 job interviews. If you know these things, you'll get 10 job interviews. And on 10 job interviews, I want to see 1, 2, 3, 4 options on the table. And when you have the 4 options on the table, this is the only thing you have to do at the end of the day. You have to make a decision. And I will also teach you here, at the very end, how to negotiate this. I don't want you to accept the first offer, because when you have 4 options, you can negotiate. Now you know your stuff, you have options, you have different range of salaries, and you can check the salaries. The only good moment to negotiate is at the very beginning. So you see, we don't need a website because it's useless, it's entertainment. We don't need all those fancy things they have like in the movies. That's not a movie. This is life. It's job interview. That's why the lesson is job interview and how to apply at the end. The only thing you need is understanding this concept. When you know your stuff, you go to the job interview, you get options. When you have options, you still have to do something. You need to decide which one, and you need to negotiate the price, the salary. When you do this, you come back to me, always, everyone does that. Chris, I'm so happy, but I'm so busy now. Yes, I know. I know that you are busy, for sure you are busy. First, because they pay you much more money now. So you you are busy. But second, because the reason you are there in that position is because probably you are covering 2 people now. Because they don't find the other one. The other one is watching some entertainment. The nice website. I hear all the time, I'm so tired to pay subscriptions and I don't do anything. No one tell me anyway. I don't have contacts. I can't ask questions. I don't get answers. I'm tired. If you are tired, you have to do only one thing. 0 to ccna.com email address. Now on 25th of February, we are closing down the application. That's the only thing you have to do. So you have to do it right now. You are going to do all these things, one after the other one, lesson after lesson, and you'll be shocked. It's only action that you are missing. You don't need an old router. They don't ask you, oh, in a job interview, because you start with me with that, they don't ask you, did you buy recently some equipment on eBay? No, they don't care. That's shopping. In a job interview, you don't talk about shopping. You talk about knowledge and know-how, which means, do you know your stuff and do you know how to implement your stuff? You don't know anything because you don't practice. You don't need to go to eBay to practice. If you want to practice, you need to go only in one place, 0 to ccna.com, and leaving your email address now. And you'll practice from day one. You won't have your wife complaining because the router is noisy, because you don't have a router. You'll need to practice, and we provide you the labs. You don't need to find excuses to buy something. No, but it's so nice, I connected the cable didn't work. Such an experience, really? Now you know that the cable didn't work. But I have to buy another cable. Okay, try to say it easy during a job interview. I went to eBay. Do you know? No, the reason is because I had some entertainment and I buy something on eBay because it's so nice. And then I connected the cable, but was the wrong one. Then I changed it and then it was working. Okay, so what? Do you notice stuff or not? Well, I'm planning to do that. So this is something that people don't believe, but this is the reality. You don't need to go on eBay to purchase something. You need to go to 0 to ccna.com and starting practicing right now. Also because on 25th of February, we are closing down the applications. So I don't want to say that you can't join after, but you have to wait 24 weeks. This is a live session. Again, we decided to keep in mind that majority of our students are from the US. So we decided to keep in mind that the time zone will be either Pacific or Eastern. We find a compromise for having all the US into the training. When you have all the US, we do it, let's say, morning Pacific time, so morning Los Angeles. Will be early afternoon New York, will be early evening in London. Our students are there. Then we have students everywhere. But if you are in other time zones, like we have students in Singapore, in Australia, that's becoming uncomfortable. This training is reserved for US students and English students. Students in America, in UK, and in Europe. So you need to understand that this is the only way you can change completely your attitude. You focus only on your knowledge, on your know-how, and you start from the practical. So you start preparing the job interview from day one. Day one. That's why I'm saying to you the first lesson is job interview with me, and you don't write the CV. And I will explain you the reasons why you're not writing your CV in the first lesson. Because what you think, if you're not our student yet, is wrong. That's why they don't call you or they don't offer you the positions. And I will explain you what you need to do instead. But the only thing you are allowed, you must write, are your skills. These things. You can see it already. You can pause it. You can start on a notepad, because at the end of the training, you'll notice stuff. 24 weeks, and you know all this stuff because you configure all this stuff. Those things, yes. And then you'll see when they call you for the job interview, they will ask you that. They say, okay, talk to me about access list. Okay, which one? Sorry? Which one? Tell me. What kind? Give me the kind, and I will tell you more about it. I can, if you want a generic answer, I can talk about all the access lists I know. But you need to be patient a bit because I need to go into the details. Otherwise, if you have something specific in your mind, please. They will look at you like this. They will call the agency saying, send me more of this, where you found this. At the end, they call us directly because they know that they need to come to us first. Because the others, they don't do it. They just go there first. They start from here. They say, okay, so how can I pass the exam? Oh, yes, I'll find a way. And by the way, I'll learn later. When? When you learn, what you pass, what you are passing here. But no, but Cisco doesn't ask me anymore to do configuration. That's the problem. I mean, they don't ask you anymore to do the configuration because you need to be a CCIE. And when you are CCIE, it's only configuration. That's the reason why they made this decision. But now that there are so many misunderstandings in this market, they say, oh no, I'm CCNA, I am CCNA, I'm ready. I'm ready. Can you answer these things? Can you answer the question at the job interview? If you can answer, well, probably you're not watching this video. Because if you can answer, you don't need this video. You don't need to go to 0to-ccna.com if you can answer these things. But if you answer these things, you are in position. If you answer these things, you have options. And there are other companies asking you to go to work for them whilst you are in position, because you can answer all these things all the time. The truth is that probably, you didn't even practice this. And when you go there, they tell you, sorry, you don't have experience. And you think, oh, maybe I should work, but how can I start working if they tell me I don't have experience? And that's the biggest thing I hear all the time. When they tell you you don't have experience, it's because you don't have knowledge and you don't have know-how, meaning you didn't do this. How can you do this? First, go to 0to-ccna.com. Second, leave your email. Third, make your decision by 25th of February 2023. Fourth, as soon as you make your decision, you start from the job interview lesson with me. And I will explain you how to start from your CV. You're not going to do it. I will tell you. Much easier than that. Cover letter, you're not going to do it. Much easier than that. CCNA. How to prepare the CCNA? Week after week after week, lab, practical, hands-on. And at the end, passing the CCNA exam will be a piece of cake, something funny. Say, okay, but come on. What I was waiting for these questions. Are these serious? Are they talking to me? That I know all this stuff from a command line that they ask me these questions? And now you're not scared anymore, but you say, First of all, you come back to me and say, okay, what's the link for CCNP and CCIE? And I say, okay, now we can talk finally. But the second thing, you still have to make the last lesson with me. You made the first 24 weeks ago. Now it's time to know how to apply because you don't know. Now you have the tools. Now you have your stuff. It's not only this. This is just the last piece. It's not the core. The core, you know, all this stuff here. And you have everything prepared here now. You didn't do it because you don't know how to do it, but you have it prepared now. It took you 24 weeks to prepare this. But now you're ready. Now I'll teach you how to press the button. Because if you believe that you're going to press the button 1 time or 10 times or 100 times, you're wrong. I will teach you how to press the button 1,000 times. And I will teach you how to change this that you have built in this amount of time every time you press the button. Not every time, but let's say. And this game will be a short game because it's 99% preparation. And now, when you learn this, well, you learn, first of all, how to put your mobile phone silent after a while because you'll get calls. And second, you'll learn to go to a job interviews in the proper way, prepared, not only technically, but prepared because I'll teach you already here, lesson 1. And you'll keep this in your brain for the 24 weeks. Now you go to the job interview. The technical questions, you don't even care. Oh, come on, this I made it. Let's go in the core of the, what do you mean the core? The core is the technical, right? No, the core is not the technical. Technical, you know it. You want to be 100% sure you're getting the option. And with this lesson, at the beginning of this program, you'll get the option because the technical, you know it. You learn it in 24 weeks, you practice every day, you'll know it. That's not your problem anymore. But I don't care, it's not that they hire you only for the technical. I want you to be 100% sure that they will hire you. They will teach you this first lesson, how to prepare this machine. And now you just go and you get options. The only difficult thing you have is this. You need to make a decision which option to choose. You need to make a decision. That's the only thing. Your call. I can't help you there. That's your decision, but it's a good decision. You can make a mistake. Who cares? You can get other 4 after and you change it. That's the only thing. So where's the catch? The only catch, you'll be busy, trust me. But as I said to my student, even if you're busy, that's not a valid reason to stop doing this. Keep doing it. Go to the next level. Go to CCNA level and keep doing this process. Once you learn, this is the only loop you want in your life. You want to start from the job interview, learning how to do it, prepare your CV, prepare all the tools, and then learn the technical stuff, and then apply, and then improve, and repeat, improve, and repeat, improve, and repeat. And your salary will keep increasing up to a level that people will say, how can this guy be so lucky to earn like that? It's not luck. Those people who say that's luck because they do this, they start from this. So, oh my God, I got the certificate and no one called me. Because no one hires you if you don't have experience. Yeah, because they don't know all this stuff I'm talking about. All these people, they start from here, they have one thing in common, one thing. They do everything but one. They don't go to 0tocCNA.com and they don't leave their email address. That's it. Just do something else, they just go. But the others have nice websites. Good, go to a nice website. In our website, there is a countdown because the 25th of February, we close the offer. Sorry, we can't lose too much time. If you want to join, again, priority is our student. Then, if we still have places, welcome. You talk to me before joining. Everyone does. Don't ask me, oh, no, I don't want to talk, I want to start. No. That's not the process. The process, people reason like this, they go here. They start from here. They just go to the fancy website, entertainment, it's so nice. I buy the router on eBay, and then I don't have experience, therefore I have to do something else. No 0tocCNA.com, no Zoom session with me. That's it. That's all it is. It's a piece of paper or PDF, useless. You don't need it. I mean, don't get me wrong. You want to have the certification, but you want to have the certification at the end of the process. You don't want to have the certification as the only thing of the process because otherwise it becomes useless. I hope I was clear enough, because nowadays I believe that there are a lot of people confused. They say, oh, no, but why you say that? Why you decided in 2023 to create a program when everyone else there is celebrating because finally Cisco removed the labs and they say you don't need that anymore? Why you create a program with the labs? Because if you want a CCNA job, if you want a CCNA level job, you need to know this stuff. And if you want a job, guess what? You need to go to a job interview. That's why we start from the job interview. And if you want to pass the job interview, you need to pass 2 portions of the job interview. The first one, soft skills related. The second one, technical. Technical, you don't care anymore because it's covered 24 weeks. And the first one, which is critical, trust me, is where you really, a lot of people fail, even when they are prepared. You'll cover with me first lesson of the training before starting. That's it. Now you know how the CV must look like. You don't write it, you'll get it. Cover letter, you don't write it, you'll get it. You just add these things. You see it here. And you'll answer all the technical questions. And you'll become an investigator in the first part of the work, and you'll become a ruthless executor here. And I want to see you also to be able to negotiate your salary. But when you know all this stuff, when you make the investment, and when you spend so much time doing all these things, now you'll negotiate your salary. Because you say, come on, now I worked. That's the work. That's the missing portion. People believe, I thought there was only this. Really? This one? Does it work like that? You need it, yes. Good to have. I recommend, as soon as you finish this, get the CCNP. When you finish, get the CCIE. When you finish, 0 to Juniper. In March, we start. So, you still have 1 month time. In February, 25th of February, we close down the applications for 0 to CCNA. If you join, welcome. If you don't, you wait 24 weeks. That's the thing. So, go to 0 to CCNA.com, check the countdown, check how fast the time passed. And that's the only thing you need to be focused on. The only thing you need in a website, the countdown. You still have time. You say, oh, I had to think about it before. No, you have to think about it now, today, right now. CCNA.com, 0 to CCNA.com. Email address. Link in the description below. Right now. 25th of February, we close, and then we start in a few days, the first Sunday, with the training. In the meantime, you get already 0 to CCNA training, you get familiar with the environment, you make your first lesson with me, job interview, and you'll be shocked. Everything changed. Oh, but I thought it was only this. No, I start from this. Now I all these things. Look the difference. This one and all these things. That's the difference. It's not a website. It's not entertainment. Is you need to take action. Action, and then on a Sunday, action plus interaction. And action plus interaction equal success. 2023 is the year of action. Now it's time to take action. 0 to CCNA.com. Leave your email now and start to take action towards your success. Thanks.